I have used acupuncture before when I lived in Illinois, and I used it for hot flashes, and I had a really bad IT band that I was, suffering with, so I used him. When we moved to Minneapolis, I was looking for the same thing for different reasons. I use acupuncture. So my first referral was through another practitioner that said that Dr. Peng was very good and that he really trusted him. And so I decided that I would try it for, at that time, still for my IT band. I was having so much problems. After starting seeing Dr. Peng, I found that I had relief for other things. Like when I had a terrible headache, I would come in and, within an hour, my headache would be gone and I was feeling so much better. So I was coming in for different things at different times. Then I referred my daughter when she was going for her COVID test, for her COVID vaccinations. And she did not have any symptoms after receiving the vaccination. So then she was having sinus problems, and he really helped her with that. So that's how it started, and he has really helped me in different areas of my different things that has happened during the 2 years that I came in to see him for. And then once I started seeing Dr. Peng, I've noticed that the first time, it was the small changes. And also what I liked about was that I would come into Dr. Peng and he kind of realized where I was mindset, spiritually said. He would tell me, oh, you're feeling like this today. And he was right on, because I would say, well, that's what I was coming in. But before I even said that, he already knew what I was feeling and what I was needing at that time. And that kind of brought me to the realization that he really knew not only how I was feeling in my pain, but also how my body was feeling as I walked into his office. There were so many different things. So when I would come in at times and I felt like I was out of balance, but I didn't realize it till I was having the acupuncture, and I would go, oh, when I closed my eyes, everything would go to my left side. And so I'm like, okay. And then by the middle of the session, when I was, all of a sudden my body started feeling like I was going back into the center. So I wasn't all lopsided to one side. And so that's one of the feelings. Another feelings is that I have had was like yesterday when I had the acupuncture, I was like, it was going through my whole body, like different feelings, but the biggest feeling was, it's almost like I had for a second an anxiety thing, like everything was moving through my body. And then when he came in and asked me what was I feeling anything, and I would say, this is the first time I had kind of like an anxiety problem. And I've been dealing with, what I've been having is heartburns. And so I've talked to him about it. So we've done different treatments for my heartburn, which after the first time I came in, I was sleeping like 2 hours and my heartburns were so bad. And so he gave me a couple of things to do besides the acupuncture. And also after the second session, my heartburn started to slow down to the point that now I could sleep 6 hours compared to waking up every 2 hours and drinking all the time, because when I was drinking for that second, it relieved my heartburn. So that was another thing that he has helped me with a lot. Well, one gift that I said, he kind of knows when you come in what you're feeling, if you're stressed, if you're upset, if you're feeling anxious. He has the ability of kind of knowing what your body is feeling before the session. And then he will ask you, how are you feeling? And then before him telling you what he thinks you're feeling. So then when I say, and he says, yes, I could see that you're very stressed, or I could see that you're very anxious, or I could see that there's a lot more going on with your body. And so it's always nice to know that when I'm coming in, that he already has kind of an idea when he sees me what I'm feeling, and that then we can go on from there on treating with the acupuncture. And then of course then he treats different points in my body to make me relax or get me into a situation where I'm feeling better. The people that I have talked to about Dr. Peng, I told them that he has a way of knowing what you're feeling when you come in before you eat. When you tell him, he kind of already has an idea, and also that he has helped not only me, but my husband and my daughter with different situations that they've been dealing with. So I always tell him, if you want somebody that knows, and it's just not putting needles in your body without realizing what you need, then, you could find acupuncturists anywhere. But you need to find someone who's intuitive to your body and to your mind and to your soul's kind of spiritual things. So those are my things that I tell them.